Martin loved to play baseball with two white boys in his neighborhood.
Martin is on my team.
I get it too. He played on your team last time.
So I called it.
Don't try to push me around, Wallace. The boys would argue about who got to have Martin on his team, but even as a young boy, Martin was a peacemaker.
No, sir. My dad said you shouldn't fight like that. I was on your team last, Wallace. I'll play for Clark today. That's fair.
Scene 2, the Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Martin's father was the pastor of the church. They called him Daddy King. They called him Daddy King.
Just as the good book says, we must love our neighbors as ourselves, whether young or old, whether black or white.
Look, Lorraine. There's young Martin. Martin, doesn't it make you proud to see your father standing so tall before the congregation? Someday you're going to follow in his footsteps, Martin. No, man. I'm proud of my daddy, but my dream is to be a shortstop.
Martin didn't know, but Lorianne and Viola were right about him. Someday he'd be known as the Reverend Martin Luther King, just like his father. But there would be some hard lessons along the way.
Scene 3, the neighborhood grocery store.
Martin's father was a pastor at the church. They called Clark and Wallace's parents owned a market across from Martin's house. Martin thought it strange that whenever he and his mother went to the market, they entered through the back door.
Excuse me, Mr. Connor. I'd like 2 quarts of milk.
You're going to have to wait. There are other customers in front of you.
Like all black customers, sometimes the Kings had to wait to be served. Even when they did get served, they weren't always treated very well.
Now, what is it you want?
2 quarts of milk.
You'll have to pay before I get it. Do you have your money?
Come now, Mr. Connor. Have I ever not had my money? We both know it has nothing to do with whether or not I can afford it.
It's just I can never trust your kind.
Our kind? Your boy Clark is quite a ball player, Mr. Connor. The other day he struck me out 2 times.
You've been playing ball with my boys?
Yes, mister. They're my best friends.
They are they? Here's your milk, Mrs. King. Head out the back.
Scene 4, the Connors' house.
The next time Martin went to a sandlot to play, no one was there. He ran to the grocery's house and knocked on the door.
Where are your boys, Mr. Connor? They're supposed to play ball today.
Clark and Wallace can't play. They're sick in bed.
Martin could see past Mr. Connor into the house. Clark and Wallace were standing in the shadows. Both boys were frowning, but Martin saw Clark shyly wave.
Why, no, they're not, Mr. Connor. They're right there. Are you guys playing ball today?
They can't play with you anymore. They're getting too old to be wasting time on coloring.
Colored was a word used to describe people whose skin wasn't white.
Now, don't be knocking on my door anymore.
Scene 5, the King's house. Why are you crying, Martin? Mr. Connor says that his boys sour milk. They're punishing us for being different, and they'll teach their children to do the same.
But that's not fair. How can they do that?
There are laws that allow them to discriminate against us.
Mrs. King was talking about Jim Crow laws. These laws made it legal for white people to treat black people unfairly.
Well, somebody needs to do something about it.